And now, coming to you live and local. Using Dragon Pride, this is SGHS Sports Stream. Powered by Wirecast. Sponsored by Dwayne Doza's Auto Body and Auto Sales. And Ciro's, and exclusively brought to you by St. Genevieve High School. All right, welcome to Yanks Field, home of the Dragons. Today's game was a home game for St. Gen as they welcome the Valle Catholic Warriors to the field. And the game getting ready to get started here real soon as both teams come in. St. Gen playing 2 games yesterday, splitting the games as they lost to West County 4-0, but ended up winning against Fredericktown. And their record now goes to, it looks like a 6-11 record on the season. They've got 2 wins at home now. Basically, they're 2-8 at home and 4-3 away. St. Gen's averaging about 5.4 runs a game and allowing 8.1 runs a game. The Valle Catholic Warriors come into today's game at 15-7, 9-2 at home, 5-3 away. They're averaging about 7.5 runs a game and they're allowing 4.3 runs. Overall, looking at their matchup history, 8-14 with St. Gen winning about 8 and Valle winning 14. So both teams are ready to go on a beautiful 65-degree weather day. Only 5-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to be pretty solid and easy to get to. And we're going to get started here in a second. Starting lineups will be ensuing here. And so we look at Valle Catholic today. And leading off, number 1 is going to be Trevor Bosler. He's a right fielder. Then going into the number 2 spot is going to be Caden Williams. He'll be pitching today for the Warriors. Number 3, Evan Fowlert. He will be catching today. And the 4 hole is Lane Cole. He's in left field. Then going in the 5 hole is Colby Bosler, the center fielder. He'll be followed by the number 6 hitter, Evan Viox, the third baseman. And then going into batting 7th, Colton Coots, the first baseman. Batting 8th is Jacob Bonnell. He'll be DHing today. Playing for him at second base is going to be Harper Drury. And the number 9 hitter is Andrew Schilly. Schilly will be the shortstop. And that is the lineup for the visiting Warriors. Moving into today's game, a little lineup change here for St. Gen. They've been plagued a little bit by injuries this season, and they've been kind of having a couple of issues, keeping men healthy. But they've got Johnson. He will be number 1 hitter for St. Gen. He's playing second base today. And you've got Connor Hill. Hill's shortstop. He'll be batting second. And the 3 hole will be Jeremiah Bird. He will be catching today. He's been quite the utility player. They've asked him to play third base, shortstop, catcher, and sometimes he pitches. So he's been an all-alternative player today. Then going into the cleanup position is going to be Wybrick. And Wybrick is going to be actually DHing today. He kind of had a little bit, Jet had a little bit of an incident yesterday, and so Eli Bennett is going to play third base, and Wybrick's going to DH for Bennett. Bennett also had a little bit of an injury yesterday. Didn't play yesterday either in the games. So he's kind of tender, but he still can throw. Batting in the 5 hole is Sawyer Bowman. Bowman's playing right field today. Bowman was a pitcher yesterday against West County, so he's got a little bit of a tender arm. That brings up today's pitcher, which is Maddox Sutton. Sutton is the pitcher, followed by Trent Warner, first baseman. And then in the number 8 slot is Brody Wolk, the center fielder. And number 6 is Colton Brace. And we'll be back after this.
Located right here in St. Genevieve, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is a trusted name when it comes to keeping your vehicle looking and running its best. Known throughout the community for quality work and reliable service, Dwayne Doza and his team specialize in auto body repair, helping restore vehicles after accidents and bringing them back to life with expert care and attention to detail. But it doesn't stop there. At Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, you can also find a selection of dependable used vehicles, giving customers a chance to find the right car at the right price. What really sets them apart is their commitment to customers. With honest service, strong local roots, and years of experience, they've built a reputation people in St. Genevieve can count on. Whether you need repairs or you're searching for your next vehicle, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is ready to help. Stop by and see why it's a go-to spot for drivers in the area.
All right, moving into today's game. Welcome back as St. Gen will take the field for the home game to start off with. Today, Sutton will be on the mound for St. Gen. Sutton, their best pitcher. He's got 31.1 innings in right now. He's had 17 strikeout, or I should say 33 strikeouts, 17 walks with a 5.138 ERA. He's 1-3 on the season right now, and looking to try and pick up his second win of the year on the mound. Sutton will be throwing today against a very aggressive Valle Catholic Warrior team. With me up in the booth today is Gabe DiMarcurio. How you doing, Gabe?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Banks?
Not too bad. Weather seems pretty good for a game. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Feels great outside today. Got sun out. Hasn't been raining like it has been. It's going to be a great game.
Let's hope so. If it was like yesterday's game, they played against West County, and we saw St. Gen play some of their best defense.
Did they win?
They did not. They fell short by 4. They couldn't hit the ball. They played good defense, but it was like one side of the was doing well, but the other side not so much. We'll see how they do today. So Sutton digs in on the mound today as he faces his first batter, Trevor Bosler. Bosler, the right fielder, lefty. Loads up at home, and the delivery. Ball chest high. Sutton needs to get ahead of the batters today in the count if he wants to have a chance here. From the windup, the pitch, and the ball is tapped down first base line, blocked and knocked down, and that'll be an out right there as the first baseman, Trent Warner, is able to knock that choppy ball down and get the first out. So Caden Williams will be the number 2 hitter today. He is the pitcher, looking to try and help his cause here by getting on to start off. Sutton from the windup gets the sign. The delivery. Nice pitch, belt high strike. So he starts off with a fastball strike. Sutton digs in, sends it. Curveball high, gets it to break, and he fouls it off. And the count goes to 0-2. So Williams in the hole here with 1 out. Sedek's looking to try and throw him a chair. The delivery. And he let that ball go up high, fastball. Not chasing that one, ball 1. So 1-2 count. Sutton can choose to pitch anything he wants here. He just needs to watch his location. From the windup, the delivery. Ball high. Couldn't get him to chase. Not a bad idea. Anytime you're ahead, you don't want to throw something too good for him. So with Deuces Wild on the board, the delivery. Another pitch up high, and that's 3 straight balls. So with 1 out, number 2 hitter, Caden Williams at the plate. Sutton goes into the windup. The payoff pitch, fouled away. And we'll go back to 3-2. Sutton brought that one down a little. Let's see what he dials up here. The delivery. That ball's hit hard to the shortstop. He's going to field it. The throw.
Out.
And he got him.
That was a good catch.
Yeah, nice clean throw and fielding by Connor Williams, or Connor Hill. Hill played pretty good yesterday. He had a couple good throws. One of them, I mean, he had to dive, get the ball almost from his knees and threw the guy out. It was a heck of a play.
Connor is pretty competitive whenever it comes to sports.
Yeah, he is. He's just a freshman.
He has high potential.
Yeah.
Real high potential.
Evan Fowler, the catcher, number 3 hitter up here as we start off 0-1. Nice curveball. Sutton seems to have control of his pitches right now. The delivery, that ball's fisted and foul.
Right into the parking lot.
Dangerous place out there.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a car. So Sutton ahead of the count, 0-2 with 2 outs. Wind blowing a little bit to the left field. The delivery in the dirt.
But, man, doesn't that breeze feel great?
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't feel too good when the sun goes down. It gets pretty cold.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, anyway. But I do like the weather. 65 degrees is my kind of weather. Curveball, he just throws the hands, and that'll be a base hit into left field. They get the ball in, and the Warriors have something going with 2 outs here in the top of the first with the man on. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Lane Cole, left fielder. So Fowler over at first gets a lead as Sutton checks him out. He's going, and it was a hit and run. Good guess there as a fastball first pitch. Just wasn't able to put it out. So the count goes to 0-1. Looks like Fowler has some wheels over there, so we'll see if Sutton keeps him close. Sutton gets a pitch, quick snap back, nothing going. So Sutton needing a new set of pitches here. Bird feeds him up. He comes set from the stretch. The delivery, curveball, strike, nice pitch. Kept that ball down. So the count goes to 0-2 with 2 outs. Valle looking to try and score here as Sutton comes set. The 0-2 pitch, he goes. That ball's hit, and nice piece of hitting to the right side. He gets the second baseman to run, and they get the ball in real quick, and now they got runners on the corners. Good piece of hitting on the 0-2. Again, just throws the hands and makes contact. Goes to the right side. Second baseman trying to cover the bag on the steal, and just nothing he could do about it. That brings up the number 5 hitter, Colby Bosler, the center fielder. So with runners on the corners and 2 outs, base hit will bring a run in as Bosler digs in at home plate. That ball's hit hard to center field. It's carrying.
And it was caught.
Nice job. So the center fielder, Brody Woke, able to catch the ball and get it Sutton out of the inning as he gets him to pop up. And that'll end the inning, or the top of the inning anyway, as Valle Catholic ends up with a goose egg there. And we're going to go to the bottom of the first as the Dragons come to offense. We'll be right back.
You're watching the SGHS Sports Stream, brought to you by Ciro's Family Restaurant. For over 30 years, Ciro's has been serving the best pizza, pasta, and suds in St. Genevieve. Grab a table, sit outside, or pre-order for curbside pickup. Ciro's Family Restaurant, downtown St. Gen's oldest family restaurant and a proud sponsor of SGHS Sports. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
All right, we're back. Coming into the bottom of the first, we have got Dominic Johnson, the leadoff hitter for St. Gen. Johnson hitting .227, has the most walks on the team. He's got 13 walks on the season as a leadoff. Struggled a little bit yesterday against West County, looking to try and revamp it.
It looks like he's energized, ready to hit, you know.
St. Gen needs the leadoff here.
Oh, yeah.
Need a base runner here. St. Gen very rarely at home is led during a game. Usually, you know, they're always kind of trailing from behind. It's been their MO all season long. First pitch strike, knee high. Williams delivers. 0-1 count. From the windup, Williams throws a curveball, fouled off by Dom, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. Johnson crowds the plate as Williams delivers. Ball in the dirt. Dom's pretty good about working the count. Usually can get it back to 2-2, 3-2. See what he does here. The delivery by Williams. That ball's hit by Dom. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman. And good throw, and that's out number 1.
Hopefully they can stay motivated this game.
Yeah, it would be nice. As we see our number 2 hitter come to the plate, Connor Hill.
Up next for the Dragons, number 14, Connor Hill.
Williams with a delivery. Swing and a miss up high. Hill batting .255 right now. Looking to try and pick up a stronger average here. If he hits this one off fist, it's going to go foul. It may stay in play, and it does as the right fielder is able to run it down out of foul territory, and that's out number 2.
Let's hope Bird can go ahead and at least hit the first base.
Bird's been pretty hot. He had a good game yesterday. He's batting .297. He's a number 3 hitter. We'll see what he does as the senior steps in to hit. Williams checks him out, gets the sign, the delivery, curveball in the dirt. So with 2 outs, Bird digs in. From the windup, Williams delivers. That ball's hit hard up in the air. It's going to float. Shortstop has got a beat on it, and he's going to come down with it, and that's out number 3.
That's 3 outs in a row.
Yep. So 3 up, 3 down. As we go into the top of the second, both teams scoreless as we are awaiting Valley Catholic's second round, at the top of the second. We'll be back in a moment.
For a dining experience you won't forget, stop by Ciro's to enjoy a wide selection of delicious sandwiches, pasta, and suds, or call 573-883-5749 today and order now. Ciro's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of St. Genevieve Sports Broadcasting.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream, home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's, family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed. All right, starting the top of the second here. So number 12, Evan Viox, the third baseman, will go to the plate. Bat from the left side. Viox, the number 6 hitter in the lineup. will check Sutton out. Sutton will go from the windup. In motion, the delivery. Curveball in the dirt. Ball one. Pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Back to the pitcher. Sutton runs it over to first base real quick, makes the throw, and that's out number one. So nice job by Sutton.
How do you feel like they're playing today?
So far they're playing solid, but it's only the second inning. But their defense has started to show up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Sutton has control of his pitches right now. He's keeping the ball down. So Coots, the first baseman, is up to bat. He's the number 7 hitter. He takes a ball first pitch. So Colton digs in, the delivery. Nice pitch by Sutton, strike one. So the count goes to 1-1 with 1 out. Sutton dials up an off-speed outside, and that's ball 2. Couldn't get Colton to chase here. As Coots digs in, he's in the batter's box about mid-range. Sutton delivers. That ball's fouled off as he sends a fastball in, and the count goes back to 2-2.
He's probably going to try and get another ball so he can walk the base.
And that's going to be tapped up the middle as he throws the hands, and that'll be a base hit. So a good pitch there by Sutton. Keeps it down, curveball out, and has the batter off kilter, but he just throws the hands and stays close and hits the ball up the middle. So with 1 out and a man on first, that brings up the number 8 hitter, Jacob Bonnell, the DH. We'll see what they do on the base path here. Last time they did a hit and run first pitch, known as a fastball. Sutton delivers. Ball outside. And you like to see teams that are pretty aggressive, stealing the ball, bunting, hit and runs, free swinging. Makes them harder to predict. Nice pitch by Sutton there. And the count goes back to 1-1. So Coots moves away from first as he gets a decent lead. Sutton checks him out. He focuses on Bonnell and delivers. The ball's low and away.
Ball 2.
So 2-1 with 1 out. Top of the second, if you're just tuning in. Goose eggs on the board right now. Sutton delivers. Ball upstairs. That'll be a 3-1 count with 1 out. Good situation here for Bonnell, the DH. He can dig in and look for a fastball. If Sutton throws anything else, he can lay off. We'll see if they have him steal over there at first. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Sutton. He just came at him with a fastball. So 3-2 count with 1 out. Something's got to give here.
I thought 3 balls was a walk. I guess I've been playing too much Wii Sports.
No, it's 4. The delivery, and that's a swing and a miss as he gets him to go and commit onto the curveball. Nice pitch by Sutton, and that'll be a strikeout for him. And we go to 2 outs. The number 9 hitter, Andrew Schilly, steps to the plate, the shortstop. So potential run over there at first base as Sutton keeps him close. The delivery, and ball outside, low and away. So Sutton doing a pretty good job moving ball placement all over, but keeping it low, nothing they can really jam around on. He delivers, and that ball's hit up in the air to center field. It's going to be shallow, and Dom is going to get it.
Strike out. Nah, that's not a strikeout.
Dominic's able to get the fly out, and that'll be 3 as we go to the bottom of the second. St. Gen's offense comes to the plate as their number 4, 5, and 6 hitters will get a crack at Williams, and we'll be right back.
At Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, you're more than just a customer. You're family. Locally owned and proudly serving our community, we specialize in collision repair, paint work, and quality used vehicles you can trust. Honest pricing, friendly service, and craftsmanship you'll notice. Stop by today and see why locals choose Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales. Contact them at 573-883.
All right, moving to the bottom of the second. St. Gen welcomes Wybrick. Jet Wybrick, the number 4 hitter, looking to try and get on here, get something started for St. Gen. Caden Williams, the pitcher on the mound. Going to go from the windup here, the righty. Delivers. Nice pitch inside, strike 1. So Williams been doing a pretty good job getting ahead of the batter so far. As he goes into motion again. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Fastball right by him. So the count goes to 0-2 with no outs. Wybrick's going to have to shorten the swing here. Just throw the hands. The delivery, curveball, hit. It's going to be a tough one. Third baseman snags and throws him out. And that's out number 1. Wybrick drove it straight into the turf, and it had a pretty high bounce, but he wasn't fast enough to beat that out. And that brings up Sawyer Bowman. Bowman pitched a pretty good game yesterday. Gave up 2 runs, earned runs anyway, until the very last inning. St. Gen just couldn't offensively get anything going. First pitch outside by Williams. Bowman hits it right up the middle, and that'll be a first hit of the game for St. Gen as Bowman's on with 1 out. St. Gen trying to get something going here. And that brings up the pitcher, Maddox Sutton. Sutton batting .333, one of the better hitters for St. Gen. He's got 11 RBIs on the season. And looking to try and help his cause as he's pitching right now for St. Gen. Bowman gets away and swing and a miss on a first pitch curveball. Sutton looking to try and drive something. He needs to be sitting on that fastball. Now with an 0-1 count, 1 out. The delivery, another curveball on the outside half, and he lays off. And the count goes to 1-1. Just tuning in, it's the bottom of the second. Man on, 1 out. Williams, the pitcher, delivers. And that ball's high, and count goes to 2-1. Bowman not exactly a speed demon on the base path. He's going to need a base hit or something, or a pass ball for him to move over. The delivery, ball low on the outside half, overextension on the throw by Williams, and it's a 3-1 count with 1 out. Batter's delight here as Sutton digs in at the plate. The delivery, and that ball's fouled straight up, and it may stay in. And it just takes a snip off the net, and that'll be foul. Count goes to 3-2 with 1 out. So Sutton dodges a bullet there on that foul, and he gets another life. Williams from the stretch checks out the runner. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch down low. And good pitch by Williams. 2 down. And that brings Trenton Warner to the plate. Warner, the number 7 hitter, takes the first pitch strike. As Bowman leads away over there at first base with 2 outs. Warner, a sophomore, Digs in the pitch. Ball inside. Good pitch by Williams. Try and sneak one in, just too tight. So Warner hugging the plate.
Does Warner not have a average?
Not yet.
No.
And that's a pass ball. Bowman's going to advance over to second base. And Warner's still looking for his first hit of the season at varsity level. This may be his second or third start, I think. So Warner sitting 2-1. Could be kind of picky right now with the pitch that he wants to swing at. Williams delivers. And Warner drives one to third base. And Bowman runs right into him and gets tagged out. So not the best running decision by Bowman, the senior, as he runs right into the tag instead of forcing a throw, and who knows what could have happened. And that's out number 3. So St. Gen will go in at the end of 2 with the score 0-0 as coach goes over to talk to Bowman about his running. And we'll move to the top of the 3rd, and we'll be back in a moment.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream, home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's, family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.
All right, moving into the top of the 3rd. This game's starting to zoom along as of right now. Both pitchers throwing good ball here. As that brings up number 15 to the plate. That's Trevor Bosler. He's the number 1 hitter, so we're back to the top of the lineup for Valle Catholic. Bosler batting from the left side, digs in as Sutton from the windup delivers first pitch curveball. Looked pretty good. Ball 1. Bosler gets the sign and delivers, comes back, fastball hit right up the middle. Nice piece of hitting there by the number 1 hitter. And they get the ball in quick, but runner on first with some wheels. And that brings up the number 2 hitter. That's Caden Williams. Williams walked his last time up, or actually got a base hit on his last time up, just threw the hands on a curveball. And with Bosler on first, they're looking to probably steal. The delivery in the dirt. So Williams, the pitcher, 1-0 with no outs. The delivery, he goes. Nice pitch strike. And not going to get him on the steal as Bosler picks up a stolen base. Good jump and nice run. Bird didn't have much of a chance. So the count goes to 1-1 with no outs. And Bosler puts himself in a good position to score on a base hit. Sutton delivers. Off-speed pitch fouled back. And the count goes to 1-2. Sutton doing a good job staying ahead of the batters here and keeping the ball down. So the count 1-2 to the pitcher, Williams. Sutton from the stretch delivers. Fouled off. So if you're the pitcher, you don't have to throw anything too sweet here. Just keep the ball in and out, down and away, or inside. Nothing that, you don't need a pass ball. You don't need the runner at third. So Sutton comes set, checks the runner. They're not holding him on. Sutton delivers. Curveball high, not able to get it to bite. Thought it was close, but it landed good, but it didn't cross. It's where it crosses, not where you catch it. Deuce is wild on the board. No outs. Sutton comes set. Bosler over there at second has a decent lead. A little above the belt, and the count will go to full as Bosler works the count.
Are they forbidden for throwing?
Or I should say Williams works the count. Are they No, he can throw anytime he wants.
No, I mean, is he forbidden from throwing the same ball over and over and over
No,
again?
he could throw it 100 times if he wants. You got to keep him, if he has any other pitches, of course.
Or like a curveball or something.
He could throw
like
that every time if he wants. And quick snap back to second, and it's going to get past the shortstop as he looks like he hit the batter. It bounced off his stomach and went into center field, and that's going to be an error. So with one down and a man in third, all Williams has to do is put the bat on the ball into the outfield. That's a sac fly. Sutton comes set and delivers. Ball high, and that's a walk. Now the number 3 hitter, Evan Fowler, comes up to plate. Fowler hit one off the end of the bat last time back to the pitcher. I'm sure he's going to look to kind of shorten up his swing. We'll see what they do. They might do a hit and run here. No outs. Number 3 hitter usually makes contact, looking for a fastball. There's the steal. It's in the ground. And nice job by Bird keeping it in front of him. Pass ball could have been dangerous. So now with second and third and no outs, Fowler's in prime position to get some RBIs as ducks are on the pond. So the count's 1-0 as Sutton comes to the plate. That ball's hit up in the air, and it's going to be foul again. And Sutton evens the count 1-1.
This time it hit a vehicle.
So Fowler digs in at home plate. Sutton taking his time getting the pitch here. He comes set. The pitch, ball's high, hit back at Sutton. He hits his glove, and he is able to get the runner at first. And that might have saved 2 runs as him hitting that, getting off the glove. He kind of hit his palm, knocked the glove off his hand. Dom able to come in from second base as he's playing in and was able to throw the runner out at first for an out, but not before a run is scored. And now we got 1 out, and that brings up the number 4 hitter, Lane Cole. Cole, all he has to do is put the ball out in the outfield, and the runner can tag and score here. We'll see if Sutton can pitch his way out here. The old pitch. Swing and a miss, fastball. Sutton gets ahead, 0-1. Cole able to get a hit last time up, just threw his hands on a curved ball and hit it out in the field there. And Sutton throws the ball low. Nice job by Bird stopping that one. We're in the top of the third with 1 out. The delivery. Couldn't get him to chase. Ball 2.
That wind's back out again.
Yeah, it's got a definitive blow straight in, or a little bit like blowing into left field. So the ball's going to move a little bit. The delivery. Snap throw. Ooh, that was close. Real close. Nice job by Bird as Bennett puts the tag on real quick. And Williams, the pitcher, able to get back. So the count's 3-1 here to the number 4 hitter, Lane Cole. The delivery. Nice pitch. Off speed, but he didn't go all the way around. They're going to appeal, and he's going to say he didn't. Looked pretty darn close. He might have broken the plane, and that's going to put him on first and third with 1 out. So Bosler, the number 5 hitter, comes to the plate. Runners on the corner and 1 out. Bird making a call here as the defense talks it through. Cole leads away from first. They are keeping him on, and he goes. Ball's up, and would have maybe had a shot at him, but that ball was way up. Nice job by Bird stopping it from going to the backstop as they kind of did a little bit of a pitch out. It's not the kind of pitch, though, you need to handle to throw down to second. So the count goes to 1-0 with 1 out. The delivery. Ball low on a curve, and the count goes to 2-0 with 1 out. Colby Bosler, the batter. 2-0 count, could sit on what he wants. The delivery, swinging a miss or swinging a foul ball back. And the count goes to 2-1. He got the fastball he wanted. I think it was just a little bit upstairs. Couldn't handle it. So Bosler set. Sutton delivers. That ball's hit right up the middle. And that's going to be a 2-run base hit. They make the throw to second. It's cut off immediately by Warner, the first baseman. And that's a 2 RBI hit.
3-0.
Yep. So Valle able to convert on the 2 runners, second and third, with a base hit by Bosler. And that's going to be a timeout by Coach McDaniel as he comes out to talk to his team. So another runner at first base with 1 out. Evan Viox, the hitter. Viox, the third baseman. McDaniel has a say here. And we'll see how the Dragons respond.
Up next for the Warriors, number 12.
So far, they've been playing fairly decent. Mistake-free defense, just good job by the hitters right now. So Bosler leads away. Snap throw. Ooh, it almost had him. Ball bounces out of the glove of Warner. And you definitely know that Valle's been pretty aggressive on the base path today. Virtually almost every time they get a runner, they run. The delivery. Ball hit right up the middle. And that'll be another hit as he gets the ball in. And we got runners at second and first with 1 out. Force play at third, second. And that brings up number 7, Colton Coots, the first baseman.
Number 7, Colton Coots.
So still 1 out. And the count 0-0. The delivery. Curveball strike. So a little bit of a slider on that. You saw how, a curveball is a little bit slower. It's got better arc. Slider, you throw it harder, and it just cuts at the very end. Sutton comes set. Ball's fouled away as he gets ahead of the count, 0-2.
What's the ball they throw that they pretty much just aim it toward the ground?
The knuckleball that kind of moves like this?
No, it's a splitter.
Ah, yeah. That's a split fastball. Usually they throw that for a slider. And it's double steal and fouled away as Bosler got a great jump over there at second base. Definitely would have been there at third. So 0-2 count, 1 out. Valle with 3 runs this inning so far. Colton Coots, the batter, 0-2. And Sutton goes back to second. And we'll try again at 0-2, 1 out, top of the third. Sutton gets the pitch. Checks the runner. The delivery. Nice pitch. Had him off guard. Didn't get the call. Must have been upstairs. 1-2 count. A little off-speed pitch by Sutton. So, ducks on the pond for Valle Catholic. 1 out. As Sutton tries to end the bleeding here right now this inning. The pitch. Ball upstairs. Count goes to even. So 2-2, 1 out. This has definitely been Valle's inning so far as they put some points on the board.
Hopefully they'll make a comeback.
They need to shut it down here with Deuces Wild on the board. Sutton gets the pitch. Coots looking on. The pitch, another steal. And a quick snap to first. And Warner's going to let it bounce off his glove. And he's going to score. And the runner's going to advance to second. So a good throw by Bird to first as Warner just muffs the throw to him off his glove, and it goes over to the fence. And that'll be an error. So Sutton comes set. The payoff pitch here. The delivery. Ball's hit hard to center field. Right at the center fielder. It's going to float over his head. And that's going to be extra bases. And that's going to score the runner at second.
Now it's 5-0.
So Valle with 5 runs on the board, still 1 out. As the center fielder came in on that ball and underplayed it as it soared over his head, misjudging the impact of the ball off the bat. And that extended some extra bases there for Coots. And that brings up number 8 hitter, Jacob Bonnell, the DH. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So Sutton comes set here, checks the runner, delivers. The ball's hit off his hands, foul. And the count goes to 0-2 on the number 8 hitter. So Bonnell sitting 0-2 with 1 out. Another possible RBI on second. Delivers. Ball high. And the count goes to 1-2. Sutton gets the sign. Delivers. Off-speed pitch out of. Not a bad pitch, just couldn't get him to chase. 2-2 count, 1 out. Bird feeds Sutton the sign, he shakes him off. Gets what he likes. Brings it home upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2. Full boat on the board, 1 out. The payoff pitch. Upstairs, and runners at second and first. We're still 1 out. And McDaniel comes out again. Second time this inning. And we'll see what he has to say. And that's it for Sutton. As him and Bird are going to switch out. Sutton's going to go to, I think, catching position as he goes to the catcher. And we'll see where he moves Bird. So we're going to have a pitching change here this inning, and we'll be back after this.
Located right here in St. Genevieve, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is a trusted name when it comes to keeping your vehicle looking and running its best. Known throughout the community for quality work and reliable service, Dwayne Doza and his team specialize in auto body repair, helping restore vehicles after accidents and bringing them back to life with expert care and attention to detail. But it doesn't stop there. At Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, you can also find a selection of dependable used vehicles, giving customers a chance to find the right car at the right price. What really sets them apart is their commitment to customers. With honest service, strong local roots, and years of experience, they've built a reputation people in St. Genevieve can count on. Whether you need repairs or you're searching for your next vehicle, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is ready to help. Stop by and see why it's a go-to spot for drivers in the area. It takes a community to build a great team, and that's why we are so proud to partner with Ciro's Family Restaurant, a downtown tradition for over 30 years. Ciro's is the perfect place to celebrate a win or just grab a great meal. From their famous pizzas to fantastic pasta and savory sandwiches, they've got all the fuel you need to get loud for the Dragons. Dine in, outdoor seating, or curbside pickup, however you want it. Ciro's delivers. Ciro's Family Restaurant, our sponsor and your spot for great food. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream. Home for your Ste. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's.
All right, so the switch was made as Coach McDaniel takes Sutton out and switches with Jeremiah Bird. So it's basically catcher switches with pitcher on this. Bird with a 2.8 ERA has 8 strikeouts on the season. Or I'm sorry, 6 strikeouts on the season, 8 walks. He's 1-1 as a starting pitcher. So he'll come in as a relief pitcher today, but with the score down, if he somehow manages to shut him down and St. Gen wins, he'll get the win for him. So Sutton ends in the top of the third with 5 earned runs as Valle has been putting the bat on the ball or taking walks or stealing all over the place here, and there's still 1 out. So that brings up the number 9 hitter, Andrew Shilley. Force play at third or second here. As Bird checks the sign from Sutton. Bird comes set and delivers. Off-speed curveball, low and away, ball 1. 2 different styles of pitching here. Sutton throws the harder ball, and Bird is what you would call a finesse thrower. So 1-0 count. As he gets the sign, checks the runner over at second. Nice pitch, strike 1. So the count 1-1. We're still at the top of the third. Valle's been rallying here. Has 5 runs with more ducks on the pond, possible more runs in store. I know they're going to look for it. The delivery by Bird. That ball's fisted, and it might actually float out to left field. It's caught. Nice play by the left fielder. And that's out number 2.
That would be what? That would be who?
Colton Brace.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was Cole.
So good play there by the left fielder, and out number 2. And that brings up the number 1 hitter, Trevor Bosler. Kind of started things off. Bosler, the left-handed batter. Bird gets the sign, the pitch. Curveball upstairs, didn't cut much. Ball 1. Pretty dangerous pitch. 1-0. 2 outs. Bird delivers. Fouled off the end of the bat. Count goes back to 1-1. So runners move away from second and first. 2 outs. Bird trying to end the bleeding here. Comes set and delivers. Another curveball upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. Bird takes his time on the mound. Doesn't get in a hurry. Comes set. Delivers. Ball inside. And the count goes to 3-1. Bosler, dangerous hitter. Had a base hit earlier at the beginning of this inning. Pretty fast on the bases. Might pull this ball. He gets a fastball here, what he's going to be sitting on. Bird needs to deliver. And he throws the ball outside.
He cheesed it.
So bases are juiced. And that brings up the number 2 hitter, Caden Williams, the pitcher. Williams looking to stack a couple more runs on his behalf so he can get the win here on the mound today. Bird comes set. Force at any base. First pitch off speed on the outside half, misses. So far Bird having trouble getting ahead of the batters. So bases juiced for Bird, who delivers a curveball, strike 1. So good pitch there. Definitely not the kind of pitch you want. If you're the batter, you want to sit on a fastball, something you could drive here. So with the count 1-1, 2 down, the delivery. Another curveball, stays up, ball 2. So Williams can afford to be picky here on this next pitch. Bird gets the call from Sutton. Comes set, checks the batters, or the runners, delivers, and off-speed pitch outside. And the count goes to 3-1. So if you're the batter right now, Caden Williams, you're sitting on a fastball down the middle, or you're not swinging at all. Want something you can drive. So Williams is set in the batter's box. Bird comes set. Gets the fastball, fouls it away. So with bases juiced, 3-2 count, 2 outs. The runners will be going on this pitch. Bird comes set. The payoff pitch. That ball's driven hard to center field. It's carrying, but not enough.
Out.
As Bird threw that ball upstairs. Williams gives it a ride, but no dice, I should say, as that ends the inning, but not before Valle Catholic scores 5. St. Gen's going to come to bat. We'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back. Long top of the third inning here. So the Dragons will have Brody Woke step to the plate, number 8 hitter for St. Gen, the center fielder, as William goes to work. St. Gen trailing by 5. Williams from the windup. Ball's fouled up.
Oh,
And that'll be strike 1. So Williams 0-1 delivers. Ball high. St. Gen not exactly an offensive firepower. They're kind of at the max range right now for runs scored in a game. Brody hits it straight to third base. Fielded cleanly, and that's out number 1. So Brody Woke, or I'm sorry, Colton Brace, the number 9 hitter, steps up. The left fielder. Brace digs in. Ball 1. So Brace sitting on a fastball here as he gets ahead of the count. And he gets it, lets it go. Strike 1 on the outside half. Williams back to even, 1-1 from the windup. The delivery, nice pitch. Belt high, and that's strike 2. So Brace, 1-2 count with 1 out. St. Gen needs somebody on here. The pitch. Ball inside. Curveball didn't bite. 2-2 count. Deuce is wild on the board. The delivery upstairs. And the count goes to full. So nice job with Brace working the count here. Let's see what he does. Williams, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Brace. And we're back to the top of the lineup.
Up next for the Dragons, number 5, Dominic Johnson.
So Johnson batting .227. Looking to try and reach here with 2 outs, bottom of the third. First pitch low and away. From the windup, belt high, fastball, strike. Williams delivers. Curveball hit into the turf to third base. Fielded cleanly and out number 3. So St. Gen, 8-9-1, go down. And that'll bring up top of the 4th for Valle Catholic as they are in the top of their lineup. And we'll be back.
For a dining experience you won't forget, stop by Ciro's to enjoy a wide selection of delicious sandwiches, pasta, and suds, or call 573-883-5749 today and order now. Ciro's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of St. Genevieve Sports Broadcasting.
Located right here in St. Genevieve, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is a trusted name when it comes to keeping your vehicle looking and running its best. Known throughout the community for quality work and reliable service, Dwayne Doza and his team specialize in auto body repair, helping restore vehicles after accidents and bringing them back to life with expert care and attention to detail. But it doesn't stop there. At Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, you can also find a selection of dependable used vehicles, giving customers a chance to find the right car at the right price. What really sets them apart is their commitment to customers. With honest service, strong local roots, and years of experience, they've built a reputation people in St. Genevieve can count on.
All right, getting back to the top of the 4th. Leading off for Valle, Evan Fallert. First pitch low and away, ball 1. So Bird not really getting ahead of the batters here. Throws a lot of pitches, it seems. And that ball's hit hard into left field, and it'll drop. And Fallert's on the board with base hit and a single over to left center. And Valle's got stuff going. So the number 4 hitter, Lane Cole, steps to the plate with no outs. Valle pretty fast. May tempt fate here and steal. Bird checking him out over there at first. He delivers. Off-speed pitch outside, low and away. And he goes. Ball's hit on a hit and run. It's up to right field. And the right fielder calls it, makes the catch. And Fowler's able to get back to first. And that brings up the number 5 hitter, Colby Bosler. So Fowler will lead away from first as Cole pops up and gets the first out. Quick snap over, and Warner can't hold on to it. It's going to go to the fence, and that's going to be another pass ball. And the sophomore having a little trouble over there catching the quick snaps back over. So Bird from the stretch, throwing to Colby Bosler, the center fielder. First pitch inside. One-0 count with one away. Bosler looking to try and capitalize on the RBI. Potential RBI, I should say. The delivery. Curveball outside. And the count goes to 2-0. Bosler can dig in at a fastball here and drive it. If it lands, he's got an opportunity in an RBI. Fowler's got some wheels over there. The delivery. Strike one. So the count goes to 2-1 with one out, top of the 4th. Another upstairs ball, a little snap throw there by Sutton.
That was safe, wasn't it?
Yep. And so the count goes to 3-1. So Bird's going to have to bring this ball down. The delivery. Ball outside. And that'll be a walk. Evan Viox steps to the plate here, the lefty third baseman. So with first and second, it's almost starting to look a little bit like last inning with one out. Viox looking to sit on a fastball here as Bird comes set. Checks the runner. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Delayed steal by Fowler. Great job. And he's safe over at third. You could hear the air coming from the bat on that swing.
Oh, yeah.
As Viox took a cut. So Sutton steps out, makes the call for the defense. And Warner will now hold on Cole, or I should say Bosler over there as he leads away. Bird comes set. Oh, nice pitch there as they got a run down here. And Warner allows the guy to get to second, elects to go over to third, and that'll be safe on all accounts. So now it's second and third with one out as Bird, great move on the fake, has the pickoff, but they're not able to capitalize. And Viox digs in on an 0-1 count. Fly ball is going to be an RBI. There's the pitch. That ball's driven into the dirt, and they got him hung up between home and third as they run him back. And they're going to call him out, and they're going to argue that one. And the tag looked to be away. And they're going to appeal the call at home plate here. And he's going to be overridden by the home plate umpire. And we got first, second, and third now with nobody out.
Sutton looks irritated, real irritated.
Well, and you've got two opportunities where you catch the runners off guard and you can't get the out. And so we're sitting with one out, bases juiced, and that brings up Colton Coots, the first baseman.
Hopefully they don't let their anger get to them.
We'll see how they can keep their composure here. There's a force at any base. Bird throws the off-speed pitch, misses. Looked awful close. Must have been inside, ball one.
You hear a lot from the Valle team on cheering them on, but you don't really hear nothing from St. Gen. They got to boost their morale to help their teammates.
And there's a base hit. Fielded by the shortstop, Hill. He goes to first, and he will get the force out. And that'll be an RBI for Coots as they go up 6-0. And that brings up Jacob Bonnell, the DH. Second and third with two outs. Bird gets the sign. The delivery. Ball outside. So Bonnell digs in at home plate here. Kind of in front of the box, playing up. The delivery. Swinging him in. Well, swinging foul ball back. He's having trouble staying back. As Bird, like I said, is more of a finesse pitcher. He won't overpower you with his fastball. He throws a lot of junk. And the count goes to 1-1 with two outs. He gets the sign. The pitch. Curveball outside. Doesn't get him to bite. And the count goes to 2-1 with two outs. If you're just tuning in, it's the top of the fourth. Valle leads by 6. Had a big inning last inning. The pitch. Ball's hit to the right side. It's going to go through. They're going to send the runner. There's going to be a play at the plate here. Good throw by Bowman, but it's not there. It gets past the catcher. And the runner's going to get to second. And that'll be two RBIs for Bonnell as he hits the ball to the right side. Just throws the hands, goes the other way, and picks up two RBIs. And the score quickly gets 8-0. And that brings up Schilly. Andrew Schilly. Schilly, the shortstop, digs in, has a potential at an RBI over there at second base. Bird delivers. Strike one. So the hits just keep on coming for St. Gen defensively. Bird comes set, pitches, inside, ball one. St. Gen has another game tomorrow as they have a full schedule, making up as many games as possible before they get to districts. The delivery, that ball's hit. It's going to kind of soar away, and it's going to fall foul into right field as it just kind of flared away from Warner. He couldn't catch up. So 1-2 count, two outs. Bird comes set. Ball upstairs. Tried to throw a fastball. Kind of got away from him. And the count goes to even, 2-2. So with Deuces Wild on the board, trailing by 8. Potential runner at second base. Schilly calls timeout. Steps out. So pitcher's delight here. This Bird comes set. Checks the runner and delivers. That ball's hit to left field. It may fall, and it's in the gap. And Schilly's going to pick up. Oh, and he's going for 2. Nice heads up running by Schilly. And he gets a double and an RBI to boot.
9-0.
So St. Gen trailing by 9. That brings up the number 1 hitter, Trevor Bosler. Bosler's been having a game. And Schilly's got wheels over there. Bosler taps this into the outfield. They're going to send him. So the count's 0-0 with 2 outs. Schilly over there at second. Just had an RBI double. Bird delivers. Strike. The pitch. Upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. Well, Gabe, the last couple games you've done with me, it seems like it's not been a very fun game to watch.
Oh, no. I think it's just the morale of their of St. John's team. Just whenever they're blown back this far, they start to lose hope in their team, and including themselves.
That's a good observation. Bird, 1-1, delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So the leadoff, Trevor Bosler, has a 1-2 count with 2 outs, potential RBI over there at second base. As the 3rd and 4th inning has been good to Valle. That ball's upstairs. Bosler hitting from the left side. Looking to drive something over to right field. Wind blowing in to left field. The delivery. Nice pitch. That'll be ball 3. Didn't get him to bite. So a full count, 2 outs. Bird comes set. The payoff pitch in the dirt. And that'll be ball 4. So Bird puts the runner on, and it'll be 2nd and 3rd as the number 2 hitter, Caden Williams, the pitcher, comes to the plate. All runners have wheels right now on the base path. He puts this ball out in the outfield somewhere. You're going to see the runners take off. That ball's hit up in the air to left field.
Straight to left field.
It's going to stay
Can
up.
Brace catch it? Can Brace catch it? Brace caught it.
And that'll end the inning. But not before the damage is done. And the score goes 9-0 as St. Gen comes to bat. Bottom of the 4th. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream. Home for your St. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's. Family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.
You know, it takes a community to build a great team, and that's why we're so proud to partner with Ciro's Family Restaurant, a downtown tradition for over 30 years. Ciro's is the perfect place to celebrate a win or just grab a great meal. From their famous pizzas to fantastic pasta and savory sandwiches, they got all the fuel you need to get loud for the Dragons. Dine in, outdoor seating, or curbside pickup, however you want it, Ciro's delivers. Ciro's Family Restaurant, our sponsor and your spot for great food. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus. All right, we're back to start off the bottom of the fourth. St. Gen trailing by 9.
Think they'll be able to at least make one?
Well, I think they bypassed life support. They're going on a miracle here as they're down by 9. And they haven't been able to put much on the board as far as hits, as Williams has pitched a beauty so far for Valle. So Connor Hill, the number 2 batter, steps to the plate for St. Gen. First pitch strike. So Williams getting a lot of rest in the dugout in between innings right now. From the windup, the pitch. Nice pitch, strike 2. So Hill starts off 0-2, no outs. St. Gen desperate to get a runner here on the leadoff. Curveball, sliced and hit to third base, fielded cleanly, and he'll throw Hill out. So nice job here by the third baseman for Valle. He's had a little bit of a night tonight, Evan Viox. He's had to come up a couple times with some throws. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Jeremiah Bird. Bird now pitching, looking to get on here. Nice pitch by Williams as he starts off with a strike. From the windup, ball's hit hard to third base. Viox puts it in front of him, makes the throw, and gets the runner. So that ball was hit with a little bit of force. Viox able to get the short hop, come up with it, make the throw, and out number 2.
Now batting for the Dragons, number 11, Jet Wybrick.
So Wybrick, the DH, batting .250 with 10 RBIs, steps up. 2 down as Williams goes to work. That ball's fisted, caught by the shortstop.
And first base got him.
And 1 pitch, and another out. So 3 up, 3 down for St. Gen in the bottom of the 4th as we go to the top of the 5th. St. Gen trailing by 9 as Valle comes to the plate. Top of the order. We'll be right back.
Located right here in St. Genevieve, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is a trusted name when it comes to keeping your vehicle looking and running its best. Known throughout the community for quality work and reliable service, Dwayne Doza and his team specialize in auto body repair, helping restore vehicles after accidents and bringing them back to life with expert care and attention to detail. But it doesn't stop there. At Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, you can also find a selection of dependable used vehicles, giving customers a chance to find the right car at the right price. What really sets them apart is their commitment to customers. With honest service, strong local roots, and years of experience, they've built a reputation people in St. Genevieve can count on. Whether you need repairs or you're searching for your next vehicle, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales is ready to help. Stop by and see why it's a go-to spot for drivers in the area.
Looking for a quality vehicle without a new car price tag? Get in the game with Dwayne Doza Auto Sales in St. Genevieve. With over a century of combined experience, we specialize in professionally restored vehicles. By expertly repairing damaged cars to like-new condition, we pass the massive savings directly to you. We work hand in hand with First State Community Bank, Bloomsdale Bank, and MRV to make financing simple. If we don't have your dream car on the lot, we'll use our network to find it for you. Shop smart and drive better. Visit us at 590 St. Gen Drive or call 573-883-9996. That's Dwayne Doza Auto Sales, your hometown teammate for great deal. So we're back here at the top of the 5th as Valle goes to work. And St. Gen looking to try and finish out here. And that brings up the number 3 hitter, Evan Fowler, the catcher. So St. Gen elects to change the pitching up again as they move Bird over to third. Bennett, who was at third, is now at first base, and Trenton Warner, the sophomore, will come up on the mound as he goes into his wind-up and pitches. First ball in the dirt, ball one. So the count's 1-0. Warner from the windup slings one outside, ball two. So Fowler looking to sit on something here on a 2-0 count. The delivery, ball's hit, fielded by Hill,
Safe first
and
base.
he's not going to make it as it goes past Bennett off the fence, and that'll be a base hit for Fowler as he outruns it. So the Warriors get something going here as their leadoff reaches on a infield base hit. And he has some wheels, and that brings up the number 4 hitter, Lane Cole. Cole, the left fielder. So Fowler gets a lead over there. And he goes. Inside pitch. And he's going to be safe. That ball's going to go into center field, but Fowler's going to stay put. Fowler represents the winning run if they score here. And then we go in, and St. Gen doesn't score. It'll be a 10-run rule at the bottom of the 5th. So Lane Cole digs in here with no outs. Potential RBI at second base. Warner comes set. Warner delivers. Ball. So 2-0 count here as both batters start off with a favorable count. Cole will probably sit on a fastball here. Warner delivers. Strike, knee high. So the count goes to 2-1. No outs. Potential RBI out there at second base. Warner comes set, checks the batter. Or checks the runner and delivers. Gets past him on a passed ball. Easy run there for Fowler, who slides in safe over at third as he gets past the catcher. And with a 3-1 count, Cole just has to put this ball in the outfield somewhere. Warner comes set. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike two. As Cole sitting on a fastball, got it. Just didn't make contact. So you have to shorten up the stroke. 3-2 count. The payoff pitch by Warner. Ball's hit in the gap to left field, and that'll be a base hit and an RBI as Cole picks up a clean RBI. And the score goes 10-0. And that brings up the number 5 hitter, Colby Bosler. Although it looks like the coach may be making a hitting change. And he does.
We're trying to match the pros with the pros.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 13, Josh Stewart.
So Josh Stewart will hit for the number 5 hitter, Colby Bosler, as he steps in to hit. Trenton fires. Stewart hits one into left field. It's going to be caught by Brace, and that's out number 1. So Stewart sends it for a ride on a first pitch fastball, and that'll be out number 1. And so another hitter comes in.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 8, Chase Reed.
So number 8, Chase Reed will come in to hit. Reed will hit in place of Evan Viox. Warner comes set. Delivers to Reed. First pitch, strike. So the count 0-1 with 1 out. Reed digs in the box. Warner comes set. Delivers. Outside, snap throw by Sutton to first base. Nothing there. Bennett able to knock it down. And the count goes to 1-1. with 1 out. Pitch to Reed. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. The wind now starting to blow straight out to center field. About 63 degrees out. Warner comes set. The pitch. Almost snuck it in there. Not good enough. Ball 2. The runner leads away from first. Warner checks him out. Delivers. Strike 3. Gets him looking. Warner rolls a McKay as Reed sits down. And that brings in another new batter. Maybe Bryce Prune.
Number 35, Bryce
Pruno. So Bryce Pruno will come to the plate with 2 outs. Man at first. Warner comes set. The pitch. First pitch strike. Comes at him with a fastball. Warner checks the batter. The delivery. Outside half, ball 1. So Bruno checks it out. Warner comes set, delivers. Swing and a miss. Good swing by Bryce. So the count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs. Warner in a rhythm here. Delivers. Slips on the throw, ball outside. And Bryce checks his swing. Count goes to 2-2 with 2 outs. So Deuces Wild on the board. Top of the 5th. Nice curveball, just missed outside. Didn't get him to bite. And the count goes to full. St. Gen down by 10 here at the top of the 5th.
He's definitely going to try to take a free base.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fouled off, so he stays alive.
If I was him, I would have just taken the free base at this point.
That was going to be a strike. He had to swing.
Is it every 2 balls you have to swing?
No, you don't have to swing at all, ever. The pitch. Strike 3, got him looking. So Warner retires the side, but not before Valle picks up another run. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, 10-0. St. Gen's got to score something if they want to keep this game alive. We'll be back in a moment.
You're watching St. Genevieve Baseball Softball on SGHS Sports Stream. Home for your Ste. Genevieve High School Dragon Sports. Brought to you by our proud sponsors, Ciro's. Family owned and operated since 1989, serving the greater part of St. Genevieve with sandwiches, pasta, and suds. Also, Dwayne Doza Auto Body and Auto Sales, proudly fixing and selling cars for our community with over 100 years of combined experience. Dwayne Doza's Auto Sales. Collision needs and repairs are guaranteed.
You want to know a secret about Ciro's? Our building has been a part of St. Gen's history for nearly a century. It started as the Oris Cafe in 1934, then became the Dunsey Cut Rate Drugstore, a popular place for students to meet up after school. In 1989, Ciro's was born, a nod to the old Oris Theater next door. We started with sandwiches and pasta, then added our famous pizza in 1990. Today, we're still serving the best homemade onion rings, Ribley soup, and fresh salad bar. Come taste the history. Ciro's Restaurant, one of downtown St. Gen's oldest family restaurants, carrying on a tradition of delicious food since 1989. Click on the QR code or go online to check out their updated menu at cirosrestaurant.com/menus. So we get to the bottom of the 5th here as Williams looking to try and finish out on the mound. Throws a strike. It's tipped off the end of the bat by number 34, Sawyer Bowman. and it'll go foul. And we'll try it again. Count goes to 0-1. Williams pitched a beauty so far, only giving up about maybe 1 or 2 hits all game against St. Gen. Delivers. Strike. So Williams gets ahead of the count, 0-2. No outs. Bowman the leadoff. Looking to get on here. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike out. And Williams sends Bowman a chair. And that brings up the starting pitcher today, Maddox Sutton. Sutton batting .333 with 11 RBIs. Looking to try and get a hit here, get something going for St. Gen. Williams with other ideas, comes set, delivers. Outside pitch. Ball 1. So St. Gen may be down to their last 2 outs here. Williams, the windup, the delivery, strike. The count goes to 1-1 with 1 out. Belt high fastball. So Williams in a rhythm. Started off in the first inning, has continued it. Second pitch inside, ball 2. So the count goes to 2-1 with 1 out. Sutton digs in. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Strike 2. And the count goes to deuces. So with 1 down, pitcher's delight here. Williams in motion. Ball's hit hard to center field. It's going to hang up there, though. He's got a beat on it, and that's out number 2. So Valle looking to try and pick up their 16th win of the season to go 16-7. St. Gen is going to maybe drop this game, go to 6-12, and 2-9 at home. First pitch, strike. Trenton Warner, the batter. Warner hitless. Ball low. And the count goes to even, 1-1. 2 outs. And Warner represents the final out here. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So the count goes to 1-2, 2 outs. And Williams not messing around, just going after the batters. He is challenging him. And Warner comes set. Ball in the dirt. Overextends on the throw. And the count goes 2-2. So with deuces wild across the board, Warner digs in. The delivery. Curveball inside, almost hits him. Warner's able to dodge out of the way, and the count goes to 3-2. So full boat on the board with 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Warner goes down swinging, and that'll end the game, as St. Gen falls to Valle Catholic 10-0 in 5 innings on this beautiful day. Gabe, what are your thoughts? Or do you have any?
I don't know. It's more of the
second time.
It's more of the fact that they lack leadership in my eyes. I think if they had more motivation, they would be able to conquer Valle. But didn't you also say that they also practice year-round?
Yeah, they play on the River Dogs team, and so a lot of those guys play on a traveling team year-round, and they, it makes them very effective players when they come in the season. And so, that's just one of those things that they have, and it is what it is.
It happens. Hopefully, next game they can push themselves harder to win.
Yeah. Well, St. Gen has a game next week. Tomorrow. Let's see where they go here. They are on the road, I do believe, and they will play St. Pius at Festus, and the girls softball team will have a home game against Steelville. We are still up in the air on whether we'll broadcast that or not, as we've got a kind of a field trip over to ESPN2 to watch them go in action over at SEMO with the girls softball program, as some of the students are going to who've been doing broadcasting are going to see how some of the upper level do it, how they kind of operate, and it'll be a good opportunity and experience for our students. So we are still up in the air. We have it listed as we're going to try to get back and broadcast it, but no promises. But other than that, Gabe, what do you think?
It was a horrible game on our side.
Yeah, we struggled, that's for sure.
Yeah, we did struggle, but
hats off to the other team. They put the ball in play. They were aggressive. They made the plays that they were supposed to, and they took advantage of opportunities when they came along, and that's what good teams do.
They played fair and square.
Yep. So that'll be it for today. That's a wrap from SGHS Sports Stream, home of the Dragons. Don't miss a minute of Dragon Sports. Scan our QR codes at the game to jump straight to live coverage, podcasts, and more. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a broadcast. Find us anytime at sgdragons.org by clicking the Sports Stream icon. Thanks for watching. And as always, go Dragons.
Go
Gabe,
Dragons.
thanks for showing up, bud.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
All right, talk to you later.
See you.